Oh, welcome, thank you, welcome back everyone for joining us. Yes, I forgot that I was doing this today. I should have worn a nicer jumper.
It's a lovely jumper. I mean, it's an old one.
It is an old classic. I was just in my comfy clothes today. I forgot with a PP. A PP is here.
This is sort of casual Lewis. He hasn't got the wig on. Are we really going to do this? Are we actually going to do this?
Do what?
You're in for a treat today, Lewis.
Amazing. That's a good pun. I assume we have
You're in for a treat.
PP news.
PP news on PP.
Mm.
Simon's PP news.
Is
Well,
that what it
actually,
is?
not PP, but P.
Piss.
Yeah. This is a fantastic headline.
Dolphins recognise friends by tasting their piss. Scientists find in wild experiment. It is a wild experiment.
Scientists put pee in a little cup at the end of a very long pole to see if they sampled their friends' pee longer than strangers' pee.
Okay, so first of all, there's scientists out there collecting dolphin pee in cups.
What a job. What a dream job. How do you do that when they're in water, though?
Yeah.
How do you have to put a catheter? They must have penises, right?
I would assume...
Sorry, just gotta Google something. Don't worry about what I'm dolphin.
no, they do definitely have penises.
Dolphin penis.
Because they're like...
Dolphin penis.
They're like mammals, right?
Oh, I am looking up penis. Maybe I should look up penis.
It's not safe for work. There you go. It's. Do you know what it's like?
We cannot show this.
It's like some Cthulhuian nightmare, isn't it? It's some creature from beyond the deeps.
It almost looks like something that would be served in a sushi restaurant.
It looks like a tentacle. Yes, that's right. But
it looks a bit like a tongue.
Anyway,
dolphins have penises.
and I'm assuming that, you know, let's just skip past all of the ways that they've sourced this pee and also identified which dolphins are friends and aren't. They've got very careful labeling system. They're very careful. We don't do this. It's 2022.
It's real.
You'll have to cut this.
I knew they would do one.
Didn't we have a story before about dolphins having sex with people? Wasn't there a thing where people were...
No, I think that's just something you were looking up in your spare time.
Okay. You know how dogs pee up against trees to mark their territory?
Yeah.
And
a cat in my neighbourhood pees against my recycling boxes to mark its territory as well.
Right. Is this just the same?
I've had to start peeing on my recycling boxes to tell the Tom that it's mine.
Right.
So
Tom?
You know, well, Tom.
The tomcat.
Yeah, tomcat.
Have you been peeing in the recycling boxes in the office?
I'm just picturing Tom
Is that why?
with, you know, as a Mikoti, which is the cat anthropomorphic race in Final Fantasy XIV.
The last few years have not been kind to your brain, have they?
No. I become a clown on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Simon Honeydew.
And you've slowly descended into a kind of weird, furry anime mess.
I think I do have cat ears on my big boobed clown VTuber avatar. There's layers upon layers.
Yeah.
There's layers upon layers.
When a man reaches a certain age,
44.
He finds himself transformed into a big boobed clown cat lady.
It just happens.
It's kind of like a midlife crisis type thing for the Zoomer generation, you know?
You say midlife crisis. I'm only 44, Lewis.
Okay, fine. Late life crisis.
About the dolphin sex thing was the very first thing you ever said on episode 1 of EP.
So Tom's just chimed in and told us that the very first thing we ever said in the very first episode of PP was about people having sex with dolphins. There are some people who've been doing it with dolphins.
I'm sorry?
There was like this whole post on like how to have sex with a dolphin. Straws go down right down a dolphin's blowhole.
How's it going down? Surely it'd go down their suck hole.
We were disgusting.
We were. Not like now. Anyway, let's talk about dolphins drinking other dolphins' piss.
Are they drinking it, or are they just like... I mean, the thing is, they live in the water, so the water's kind of like the air to them, right?
Yeah, and they piss in it.
So is this more like a fart?
Oh, I see what you mean. Because we inhale air and we inhale farts sometimes. And in fact, there's bound to be a molecule of every single person on Earth's fart, you know, in every lung of air that we inhale, surely.
I guess what I'm saying is, imagine you live with a partner.
Yes.
And
they're a dolphin.
No, they're a human.
Okay.
But they fart.
Right.
And you're in the other room and you can smell their fart wafting through the door.
Oh, honey, I didn't realise you came home.
Exactly.
I can smell your fart from the kitchen.
Exactly.
You dirty fucker. What have you been eating? Jesus fucking Christ.
No. But you can tell it's your partner because that's their fart scent. But
mate, do you know what? It'd probably be the sound.
Imagine you smelled that fart and you knew it wasn't your partner's fart. Sound
travels faster than fart. Smell.
I mean,
fart,
I'm not a scientist.
Smell takes a while.
I don't know why you're asking me.
But if someone, like, if you're sat, like, if we're as far apart as we can get, right, and you fart, I would hear the fart before I smelled it.
Yes, that's science.
And because I know you so well...
Let's get Bill Nye up in here.
I know you so well. If I had my eyes closed and you farted, I would know it was you. But mind you, no one else sits on this sofa with me.
That's true.
So
there's giveaway.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering, for example, imagine it wasn't your wife in the kitchen.
There's a burglar!
And you smelled a fart, you know, an unfriendly fart. But this is what the dolphins can do.
That's not my wife. Who is that?
Yeah, exactly. You would be afeared. And then you would fart out of fear. And then a few moments later, he would, or she, the burglar, would smell your fart. And
the homeowner's in. That's Simon Lane. That's the Diggy Hole Man.
I don't recognise that fart anywhere. And then obviously they'll back.
Lactose intolerant.
They'd get out of the back door.
IBS. Have some respect. It's a condition.
If you're suffering from IBS, try having more fibre in your diet.
Or less.
Or less.
Yeah. None is bad, but too much is bad.
Oh.
But sometimes even some is bad. But then if you don't have any, that could be terrible.
This is very, very difficult information to process.
Also, if you're lactose intolerant, isn't it good to have milk now and again? Because if you don't have anything with milk in ever, and then you do accidentally have something with milk, you'll be very, very ill.
No.
Is that bullshit?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think it's not
I've been microdosing.
Is that why the farts?
I've been doing homeopathy. I've been drinking this water here. It's got a single droplet of milk in.
Although that comes from a gallon of water that had a single droplet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like 1 billionth or 1 trillionth milk.
It's one milk atom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is this still? It's helping, is it?
Now, is there going to be any molecules of dolphin pee in this?
I see what you're saying. Well, according to homeopathy, the dolphin, it gets stronger the more dilute.
Yeah.
Right? So if a dolphin did pee in it,
I now have the powers of a dolphin. What do they do? What noise do they make?
It's kind of like that. I think it's nicer than that. No, nicer. Less strangled. I'd say that was more of an eagle. A bald eagle. Simon Lane here, everyone.
Thank you for 1,000 voices.
For gracing us with that series of animal impressions. Man, you are such a talent. God, You're
I'm
a real
wasted here.
gemstone. You are.
I really am.
This late life crisis is really, really making us all very sad.
Yeah.
So yeah, shall we read the article? We've done all of this based off no reading again whatsoever.
But
beyond
this is more fun.
the clickbait headline.
It's much more fun.
Ah,
So there's a group of researchers that were investigating the signals that dolphins use to call each other. I think they were trying to identify whether they have names, basically.
okay.
So they're calling for specific dolphins nearby. By
Right.
saying, Derek! Derek!
There's a fish over here.
Huh? Arthur!
Right.
Derek! Only it's in dolphins, so it's in the...
What be the previous?
Whatever noise.
Yeah.
But yeah, they accidentally made a different discovery.
What were they doing?
I think they were drinking dolphin piss.
They had all of this dolphin piss that was lying around.
Scientists recalled anecdotes of dolphins swimming through excretion plumes. That's piss to you and me.
Okay.
With their mouths open. Dolphins can't smell because they don't have an olfactory bulb.
Like we do.
Yeah, they literally don't have a sense of smell whatsoever. Crazy.
Okay. Well, I
So-
guess smell is they live underwater. They're different. They're different creatures.
So they can't sniff the urine. So they have to be drinking it, tasting it, in order to identify other dolphins.
Like
So I mean, they don't like what?
like a
Sommelier.
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 Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. Wow.
I'm getting piss.
I'm getting Andrew. I'm getting a little bit of Derek.
It's just a hint of Arthur. So they got samples from dolphins in lagoons in Bermuda and Hawaii. The dolphins had somehow been trained to give urine to researchers so that they could assess their health. And I don't know. I want to know what's involved in that process. What do do they flip upside down and pee into a cup? And then you give them a fish?
I guess that's like the After Dark Disney World show that they do, Once they're done with all the jumping through hoops and grabbing fish, they just hang upside down and piss over a little fountain. I like the idea of it. I assume you can train dolphins to piss into a cup.
Yeah, sure.
They're smart.
We just have to believe that that's possible in order to believe this story.
We have to believe that these guys are doing that for good reasons and not some weird
sick
sex
ones,
thing.
No. They put the pee in a little cup at the end of a very long pole, poured it in front of a dolphin whilst playing the whistle of another dolphin.
Right.
Researchers measured how long the dolphins sampled the piss, opening their mouths and running their tongue through the water.
What the fuck?
And if the dolphin's responses changed when the pee came from a familiar or unfamiliar dolphin.
Right, so they play the sound of their friend, but then they put someone else's piss there.
Yeah.
And they're like, this piss doesn't taste like my friend.
Yeah. So you'd think they would taste it longer if it was an unfamiliar one, because they were like, is this Derek?
Doesn't
Am I getting
sound
any
like
Derek?
I see. So
But it's the other way round.
Well, they're assuming.
It's the other way round. When it is a dolphin that they know, it's their dolphin friend's piss, they taste it for longer. If it's a stranger's, they don't taste it as long.
Right, so they like tasting their friend's piss for longer. Maybe it's just like, sitting in a room with your friend, having a nice memory, smelling their fart and being like, oh, that makes me feel nice and warm inside and cozy and familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bristol.
Well, that article...
It's a big deal.
Is it?
No other vertebrate has ever been discovered to identify other animals through piss taste. through any kind of taste.
Right.
So dolphins are the first vertebrate, apparently, that can recognize other dolphins through taste.
I'm glad that scientists are
not wasting
collecting
time.
dolphin piss and feeding it to other dolphins instead of dealing with the important things.
Like climate change.
Exactly. But
maybe this could be on the road to solving the climate change problem.
Who knows? Exactly. Yeah.
It's possible.
Doesn't feel like it.
Well, maybe we're not scientists.
No.
You could have been. I could have been. We both could have been in a different world.
We're just as useless.
There's a multiverse where both of us, you're a chemist making, erection drugs still.
There's a multiverse where you are holding a cup and trying to catch a fucking dolphin's piss in it.
And I'm an astrophysicist, literally just in front of a computer looking at numbers. And that's my job. It's going, oh yeah, it's interesting numbers. This is good.
Is that what you think?
Very good. That is literally it. That is literally it.
As having not completed that job, that's what you think that job would be.
That is pretty much it, though.
Yes, I'd like to be a scientist sat there looking at the screen of numbers.
That is, it's like the Matrix. It's just scrolling.
We can make that happen.
And if you're smart enough, you can see, oh, look, there's stars. Oh, I've discovered a planet. Ooh. I call it Jaffa. I don't know why. This just in. Michigan professors push P for PEONIES urine diversion plan. Is that how it's pronounced? Peony?
I think so. Peony. Yeah, probably. Maybe say it quicker.
Peony? It's a flower.
It's a nice flower. Peony.
Piss news.
So,
Mike Householder is the name of the journalist. Doesn't sound like a real person.
Michigan PROFS. Is PROFS the new boffins?
If it's America, professors is usually teachers, lecturers, and so on. Not actually, the stage of academia that's above a doctorate, having a professorship. So here, professors are, boffins. In America, professors are they're just teachers.
Oh, right.
They might actually be professors. They're environmental engineering professors, Nancy Love and Krista Wigington. I'm loving these names.
Okay, what about
I'm loving them.
They do sound like flowers, don't they? Yeah.
Nancy Love. That's such a good name.
They've been applying urine-based fertilizer to the sheds of their flowers, their peony beds.
They're not just peony, they're heirloom peonies.
What's the difference? Is that like heirloom tomatoes?
Yeah.
Where they all look all fucked up?
So they were, they're rare, but in the past they were everywhere. But it's only because modern day, breeding. Do you breed flowers? That seems weird.
I guess so.
Do you breed flowers?
Yeah, I guess so. You probably do.
I tried breeding some roses. Well, my dick got stuck on a thorn. Breeding?
Yeah, you put the stamen on the pollen and the stuff. There's a whole thing.
Oh, God. Yeah, keep going. Keep going.
There's a whole... I'm sure.
There's a whole?
There's a whole thing. There's a whole mess. I think the bees normally do most of the work, honestly. So what... I mean, piss obviously has in it...
nitrogen.
Yes, which is something you need in the ground anyway. And it's like a fertilising thing. But I don't know whether there's some...
potassium and phosphorus.
Right.
Apparently.
So it's everything they need. Did they evolve with animals and people pissing on them? Does that give them essential nutrients? Do you know what I mean? Are these plants more modern than animals? And so...
Well, if they're heirloom peonies, maybe they need pee on the peonies.
From old people.
Yeah, maybe they need historical pee. So you've got to go back in time, get pee from Abraham Lincoln, and then pour it on the flower.
Well, because they kept it all in those things under their beds back then, didn't they?
Yes.
Chamber pots.
Yeah.
And then they threw it onto the street.
They should have been throwing it onto the flowers.
Yeah, that would have been smart. Because they would have grown better?
I wonder how many flowers you need in order to not overwater them by peeing on them too much. Like, every time you pee, if you pee on the flowers, how many flowers do you need to have?
You're saying what square footage
to not overwater
of
them?
flower bed would you, every time you peed? I guess it depends how much you drink.
Someone do the maths. Yeah. What the fuck is this story anyway? We think of it not so much as recycling, but pee cycling.
I don't think that we have this big problem with pee pollution. I don't feel like pee is as much of a problem.
Pee is being wasted.
As like single-use plastics. Why? What do you mean pee is being wasted?
It's being wasted.
Perfectly good pee.
Yeah, we're flushing it away. That's gold. We're flushing away.
It's gold coloured.
That pee is gold. It's very dark gold.
That's not healthy.
Very, very dark. A bit red as well.
Oh no. That might have been that beetroot.
Yeah, it's the beetroot I eat. Beetroot.
So, are you saying that we are going to have...
Every time I go to pee after I've eaten beetroot, I'm like saying, I've eaten beetroot, I've eaten beetroot.
Are you saying that when you're putting your recycling bin out, when you're pissing on it, you're actually helping?
I am helping.
We should have a little cup on the recycling bin for pee.
Yeah, for a refreshing drink for the bin man when it comes
round. To go and be used again.
Oh, right, yeah.
But the bin men will taste the pee. And they'll be like, Simon.
It's a good vintage. 1978. Good year.
Late year.
So they've got the beautiful peony garden with 270 historic cultivated varieties from the 19th and early 20th centuries, representing American, Canadian, and European peonies of the area.
So are these two ladies...
The garden holds nearly 800 peonies when filled, and up to 10,000 flowers at peak bloom. Peonies!
Okay, stop. We've used the term pee on the peonies, right? To try and get people to... Sorry, I just don't understand. Are we really in a crisis where we need to start making use of our pee? I understand, minimizing your footprint on this planet, right? But
how about a pee print?
What exactly? No one's thinking about that. And what I'm saying is, where does this stop? Are we going to be using our poo next time for some other thing? What do you want from me, Nancy Love and Kristen Wigginson?
They want you to pee for the peonies, not pee on the peonies, because it turns out people literally did piss in the garden when they were using that term.
Right.
On the peonies.
So sorry, what do they
pee
want?
For the peonies.
So what, they collect their pee separately and bring it in?
Yeah, they want to collect the pee. They don't want people to just piss out in the open.
It just feels like a lot of work, doesn't it?
It does. I
don't know whether it's worth it. How much pee does the average person generate? Yeah, that's what I want to know. What kind of square footage are we getting out of this?
Gallons a day.
But I suppose if you're collecting the pee from a busy office building, but you've got to be careful though, right? Because I guess this is why it's treated. Because if you collect the pee from certain places, I don't know, the Bristol streets, it's going to be a lot of alcohol in that pee.
Oh shit.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you pee a lot of that out of you.
Diabetics have sugar in the pee.
Yeah.
Which is bad, probably, for the plants. Probably, I don't know.
Probably. Maybe. And maybe the plants can tell. You don't want to get them all drunk or, hooked on sugar.
You give them the normal piss, and then for dessert you give them the diabetics piss. And then later on in the evening you give them the drunkard's piss.
Yeah, so they have a nice time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's only a step towards... Because wasn't there a thing where I don't know what was doing on this, but it was a heavy metal music was what plants preferred to listen to. They liked rather than classical or anything.
Right.
Yeah. They grew better with heavy metal playing. Which is kind of
I
weird.
find that whole thing hard to believe, that music makes plants grow differently. I find that so hard to believe.
There must be something else at play. The vibrations must break up the soil or something.
Yeah, there might be. Yeah.
Must be something else at work.
They ain't got ears. Corn has. And potatoes have got eyes.
Oh shit! That's not long before they take over.
Oh my god. Are you trying to think of a different body part an animal, a plant might have? Okay. We might be here a while. I'm just settling in.
Well, you've done 2, so I have to do at least 1.
Think of a body part. It corresponds to a part of a plant.
Peaches have fur.
Peaches have fur. Kiwi fruit do as well.
Quite hairy. Coconuts are quite hairy.
Mm.
It's not really a body part, though, is it?
You could have used nuts, right?
Well, they have balls.
Nuts is a body part.
Oh. Yeah.
And of course, it's the balls is where we store our pee.
Oh. Guys, really makes sense, doesn't it? Yeah. So we're all linked.
We're all linked.
That's why
The pee cycle.
I'm sure we share the pee. That was the great thing we were taught at school. Yeah, the pee cycle. You pee.
Pee go in river. River go in ocean. Cloud form. Evaporation. Rain falls from the clouds.
Open your mouth.
You open your mouth, and that's your own piss. Bingo.
I wonder why it tasted like that.
Okay, we've had our pee news, and then we got cock news.
Sure. I think that's fine.
It's crime as well. Crime and cock news.
You know, we don't have to have a theme.
No, I want to try. I want to try.
Okay. What's the news?
So, a bank was hacked by a naughty man. A hackerman hacked it.
This can happen.
And he did that thing, the ransomware thing.
Okay, where they are like, I'll send Monero to this fucking address.
Yeah.
Or
I'll delete everything on all your computers, and then you're fucked.
Or we'll post all of your consumer records. Yeah.
This was in Zambia.
Oh.
The central bank of the Bank of Zambia.
That sounds quite important.
So they got this is the press release that they made.
The Bank of Zambia wishes to inform members of the public.
Can you do the accent?
No.
Okay.
That it experienced a partial disruption of some of its information technology applications on Monday, the 9th of May 2022, so relatively recently. The disruption, which has affected some systems at the bank, such as the Bureau de Change and the website, emanated from a suspected cybersecurity incident. We wish to advise these systems have been fully restored. We urge all stakeholders, particularly those in the financial sector, to be vigilant, as this incident might not be isolated. That is the Assistant Director of Communications at the Bank of Zambia. I'm not sure where Zambia is. I mean, obviously it's Africa somewhere, but I'm not actually sure.
Shall we look it up?
Is it?
I don't know.
I don't know how big Zambia is. Like, is it as big as
Zambia?
It's probably huge. It's probably like the size of France.
Which bit Zambia? Oh,
it's right in the middle of the bottom.
The middle of the bottom.
Right.
Near Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
The Democratic Republic of Congo.
Which I'm sure is one of the most democratic places there is.
Wow.
Go to Zambia. How many people live there? I'm interested. Click on.
It's 20 degrees Celsius there right now. Isn't that nice?
How many people live there?
At least 12.
20 million.
20 million.
So quite a few. Zambian national anthem.
Daft. Not the best national anthem I've heard.
I think it's fine. It's pretty ordinary, you know? It's nothing weird.
Pretty ordinary.
It's fine. That's what you want. You want a ordinary, comforting national anthem. So there was a disruption.
Yeah.
What's the problem here, and why is this piss related or cock related?
Because I think the hacker said this is what actually happened. Instead of them saying, okay, we're gonna pay up or whatever, the bank sent them a picture of a penis.
The Bank of Zambia.
Yeah, the Bank of Zambia sent the hackers a picture of a penis with the message, suck this dick and stop locking bank networks thinking that you will monetize something. Learn to monetize.
Oh my God. So the young Zuma Zambian in charge of the fucking cybersecurity was like, "You think you've got us, but."
They didn't care because they had backups of everything, so they didn't care.
So they were like...
So everything got deleted, and then they just put it back up, and everything was restored.
They just sent them a dick pic and said, "Suck this dick."
Yeah.
What a fucking ball-ass response.
This is why it's important to back up your data.
Can you imagine if the Director of Communications had said that instead? So scroll up. And this was his message instead. The Bank of Zambia wishes to inform members of the public that it experienced a partial disruption of some of its information technology applications on Monday 9th, May 2022. The disruption was resolved, and as we restored the backups fully. We then sent a picture of Stephen's penis to the hacking group with a message saying, "Suck my dick, learn to monetize, you stupid assholes."
Yeah. So their official response to that, to it being sort of leaked that they sent a dick pic that said "suck this dick," the technical director of the Bank of Zambia said, knowing we'd protected our core systems, it wasn't really necessary for us to even engage in a ransom conversation. We pretty much told them where to get off.
Oh my God.
That's their official statement. We told them where to get off.
That is... I feel like that is bold, you know?
It's very bold. I love that they had that confidence and that they had everything, everything backed
so
up.
confident in our security that we're going to just provoke these guys.
Do you reckon the director of IT, he held up like a 3.5-inch floppy disk and he was like, "I've got the backups."
Right, yeah.
Here they are.
Well, there you go. That's enough of that.
Piss and cock news.
Yeah, I think that was there was some good stuff there. I've learned a lot.
I couldn't find the third story about piss, sadly.
It's tragic,
I feel
isn't
like
it?
I failed a bit.
Well, go and flagellate yourself.
I will do. Yeah.
And buck your ideas up before next episode, where
I'll mortify my
have
flesh.
what have we got next week? Burger news, black hole news.
There is a burger story. We could do a burger story.
I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that'll set me right up.
Or maybe it'll be 3 stories about piss again.
Well, however it tastes, it floats my boat.
And the thing I like the taste of the most is the taste of my peculiar portions. I hope you've enjoyed listening to this taste in your ears and also tasting it with your eyes if you've been watching the video on the YouTubes.
Mm-hmm.
Let us know in the comments by saying yum yum. Sure. Why not?